WSP discusses tackling dangerous highway protests in Seattle.
Dangerous strategy, hijacking highways to get attention.
The latest happened.
Dangerous new strategy. All right, I propose a Floridian response in Poland, and I propose the most gentle-handed, gloves-on touch with the protesters in Seattle. This is why I haven't left my house in like a week.
Happening on Saturday when tried to get some answers from those in charge. Turned deadly. We saw it back in 2020 when BLM protesters.
Oh, so this is a clip from 4 years ago. Okay.
Out on I-5 and a protester was killed by a driver. So what's being...
Oh, also, wait, hold on. That was your guys' fault. Wasn't this guy a lunatic who deliberately drove into a group of protesters on a blocked off highway? This highway was blocked off a while down the way, and this guy wanted to kill BLM protesters, so he deliberately drove onto it and rammed into them. Yeah, this isn't a deadly consequence of highways being blocked off. This is a conservative doing what conservatives do. I remember this. I remember this video footage.
Done about this issue. Fox 13's Hannah Kim tried to get some answers from those in charge.
The illegal I-5 takeover in Seattle started at around 1:15 p.m. on Saturday.
Yeah, we're not really going to be going anywhere anytime soon.
Hey, we saw this clip. We've seen this clip before.
And we haven't. It's been 2 hours.
2 hours, balloon to 5. It's a little over 6 p.m. before traffic is moving again on northbound I-5 at Denver.
America KKK gonna feel the goddamn traffic hold. Unlimited traffic genocide in the first world.
And East Pine.
They have no right to do this.
Hey, we've seen her before. We've seen these. Both of the women they've shown so far complaining about this are women they've shown before. You know, no more on the ground. No more on the ground coverage. Are the protests even still happening right now? I guess I can just open up like my Maps app because it'll show the traffic. They stopped because of the weather. It's pretty cold.
And it's unfair that...
Why didn't WSP have a better system in place to handle this quicker?
Well, I-5 is not a fortress.
We're not provided the resources required to adequately fortify the entirety of the 5 interstate against potential Hamas incursions.
To have places, and we don't live in a country where our roadways have checkpoints that you have to show your papers to get on and off.
Maybe we should.
That's just not who we are. That's not where we live. The group that came this Saturday used tactics that we hadn't seen on the highways before. We've seen these sleeping dragon type of devices before in other protests, but we haven't seen them on the highway.
What?
That simply just slowed the
sleeping dragon. Wait, what Demon Slayer ass hidden art 4th technique sleeping dragon shit did they put? What did they do?
Process.
Chris Loftus with WSP says the pro-Palestine protesters use what's known as the sleeping dragon maneuver, where they linked themselves together.
So between the numbers, the tactics that they used during the protest time, and then the leaving behind the abandoned vehicles that themselves became blockages.
Loftus says they didn't have enough law enforcement officers to do a mass arrest until around 4:45 p.m. By then, protesters started to leave on their own.
So it's not a dangerous protest. It stopped on its own, and it ended quickly enough that the police didn't even have a chance to do a crackdown. By the way, guys, it's the Seattle PD. I promise you, if they wanted to do a crackdown, they could have. The Seattle PD are everywhere. Okay, do you have any idea how many homeless people there are up here? Okay, trust me, there are a lot of cops up here.
No, that's unsatisfying for your viewers. It's unsatisfying.
So I apologize. I was not able to provide your Fox 13 Seattle viewers with gratuitous footage of college students being bludgeoned to death. I'm making fun of this guy, the guy with the overexposed camera, but I don't actually think he's saying anything that wrong. He doesn't sound very bloodthirsty. I'm just kind of riffing.
He now wants to go after the protesters in a class action lawsuit. He says anyone who was stuck on I-5 that day can be a plaintiff because...
Oh yeah, dude. Land of the free, man. Absolutely. Anytime your traffic gets held up by protest and class action lawsuit, absolutely. That's also a Floridian response. Jesus Christ. That's such an American way of dealing with this.
He says by law, they were falsely imprisoned.
It's something I've been...
That's not what that word means. Do you mean kidnapping? Holding a person against their will is kidnapping, and being kept up in traffic is not kidnapping. That's also not how that works.
Saying for years, I don't like the tactic. I don't care what the message is. You don't stop traffic.
Hold on 1 second. Let me find this card. Is this the guy? Is this the lawyer who said that it's imprisoning someone to be held up in traffic? Hold on. Ted Frank, American lawyer. Yep. First Twitter post. I was on Fox 13 Seattle yesterday talking about I-5 class action lawsuits possibilities. Yep. Let's see. The New York Times calls him the leading critic of abusive class action settlements. Oh, the irony. Tort reform. Oh, this guy's a wonk. This guy's probably a liberal. He's not even like a fash or whatever. He's probably just a liberal. Sarah Palin vetting. Yeah, wonk. In response to the Chick-fil-A same-sex marriage controversy, Frank created the Chicken Offset website to permit gay rights supporters to offset their purchases of Chick-fil-A with donations to charities that supported gay. That is such a liberal way of dealing with corporate-level homophobia. Hey, for every $5 chicken sandwich you buy at Chick-fil-A, here you can double the price by also giving $5 to a pro-gay charity. That's perfect. That's like peak liberalism right there. Perfect. Okay, yeah, I've got this guy on mark, okay? There we go. I've got this guy down.
For innocent people.
WSP agrees, calling it foolish and unsafe.
As the tactics of lawbreakers change, so do ours.
The tactics of lawbreakers. It's blocking a highway. This is hardly new. Oh my God.
We try to learn in every situation.
That was Hannah Kim reporting. Fox 13 reached out to Governor Inslee on whether he had a message for those protesters, but his office referred us to WSP. Dave Reichert, who is running for governor, issued a statement quickly after the I-5 protest, saying in part, quote, "The voices of Americans should be heard, and we all have that right. Those voices can be raised and more likely listened to when presented lawfully, peacefully, and respectfully."
Yeah, dude, the Republican gubernatorial candidate in Washington definitely is. This is such a like, hey, conservatives in Washington, do you want a real leader? Yeah, dude, a Republican's going to win that governorship anytime now, you know? This would be like getting this would be like going to California and being like, you know, hey, this like conservative guy. I guess Schwarzenegger won, but that was a specific case, you know. When was the last time a highway was blocked at a protest? All the time at BLM? That's what I remember mostly. We just saw a video clip of it. Like happens pretty often. Also, big distinction, by the way, when it comes to blocking highways, is blocking highways very, very different if you're doing them in a city versus out of a city. If you block a highway like in the rural areas or in the outskirts, you completely block a passageway. There's no other way to move past there except for the highway. Like, you're just locked on. But if you block the 5 in the middle of Seattle, for a lot of people, you can just like take an exit and take residential roads. A minor difference, I think, but a meaningful one in a lot of cases, you know? Silly.